At Lockhart Smokehouse, we found up the great smoked meat classics that made Lockhart the barbecue capital of Texas, right here in DFW, with locations in Dallas, Bishop Arts District, downtown Plano, and Texas Live in Arlington. Come try some of our mouth-watering brisket, sausage, ribs, and other meats all smoked over Texas post oak. Rounded off with some Southern classic sides and some Smith family favorites. Check us out at www.lockhartsmokehouse.com. Catering available.
Coach, just your initial thoughts on the victory tonight.
Well, as usual, North Shore is a great team. Got a lot of talent. I knew that it was going to be a close game. Just felt like our guys hung in there. I think halftime was big for us because the guys didn't waver. The scores right before the half kind of unnerved us a little bit because we made a bunch of mistakes and actually put them back in the game. But I was proud of them because, at the half, nobody was fussing, nobody had a bad face. They really looked positive, and they acted like they were going to come back out and play.
So can you describe the feelings before you had when that ball was an inch shy of a touchdown?
Fear took over euphoria. Because I really didn't see the play. And when I looked at the chains and where the ball was, I felt like they got the first down. But I could tell from the kids' reaction that it was awfully darn close. And I still was just so afraid. I had flashbacks of Hail Marys and all that kind of stuff. But when I heard the roar of the crowd off of the big screen, I knew that we had a chance.
Coach, you know it right there, but flashbacks out of the way now, how does it finally feel to be the state championship?
It feels great. It's a combination of a lot of hard work. You got to understand, it's 16 weeks of waking up in the middle of the night, having headaches about kids who are not doing what they're supposed to do, the highs and lows, and this is a combination of all the hard work, and it feels great, and I'm sure I'm going to feel better tomorrow.
With Coach Mathis getting one earlier today, Coach Brown did one yesterday, what do you think this means for just the whole South Dallas area?
Well, just good football play there. I think sometimes we don't get the respect that we should, but we beat a lot of people, a lot of good teams. So I think sooner or later someone is going to have to give this area credit for good coaching, good kids, and good programming.
Coach, your defense held the North Shore to single-digit yardage until that last drive, and came up with a big fourth down stop on that drive. What did you think of their performance in the second half as they shut North Shore out?
Well, I have to give credit to my coaches because North Shore's coaching staff, they do a good job. They schemed us. They were doing some things with some formations, and the kids didn't pick it up because it was new. We hadn't prepared for it. So once we got in at halftime and got on the board and showed the kids what they were doing, made some adjustments, we started playing better. If you notice, the first quarter, we really played well because we were playing on what we scouted. They made adjustments, and then they really started getting to us because we had kids out of place. We went in at halftime, we showed them the adjustments, and they responded.
Coach, you lost to this team 3 times in state title games. Going into the weekend, was there any doubt in the locker room that y'all could pull this off?
It's always doubt when you play good teams. I wouldn't be telling the truth if I didn't say I doubt. It wasn't doubt, it was respect. And they've got a lot of good players. That Amador is player of the year. What you hope is that we play our best game. And I just knew that if we played like we've played some other games against good teams, like DeSoto, like South Oak Cliff, like Wasatch, then we'd have a chance to win.
Coach, Katie Durham's had a great postseason. What level of trust going into a game like this, a stage like this, with the ball in his hands?
Well, Caden is he's special. He's been very consistent all year long. I don't even keep up with stats. I'm not a stat guy. One of my coaches was telling me his stats the other day and told me he scored 33 touchdowns. I couldn't believe it. And then when I thought about it, I said, yeah, maybe so. But he's very consistent. My only regret is that I really wish we had had him last year, and I think the outcome may have been a little different. But he got hurt toward the end of the year, and we didn't have his services. But he's very consistent. He's a good running back. And the thing I love about him most is that he's a good kid. And he just kept telling me all week that, you know, he was going to get it for me. He just kept saying it. I got you, coach. And it means a lot.
Coach K talked about the respect he had for you and your career, and how can it be tough to live up to expectations and, you know, have the resume and all that. Just talk about this rivalry and respect that the two of you have gained for one another through it all.
Well, just like I said before, Coach K does a great job. You know, when you play a team like North Shore, I'll bet you I watched 40 hours of film. And when you watch that film and you watch how they manipulate teams and use their talent to their best ability, you don't have anything but respect for him. I mean, he's done it to me 3 times. So, you know, I have nothing but respect for him. And that's why, you know, you really have to be on your toes. And he did it again tonight. Like I said, we jumped up 14-0. He made adjustments right off the bat, tied the game. We got another score. He made adjustments, tied the game again. And it's just a game of adjustments. And I have so much respect for him and his program. His kids, they carry themselves. If you notice, there was not any pushing, shoving, any of that kind of stuff. They just play football, and they play at a high level. And that's one of the things. I don't have it in my pocket. It's one on the bulletin board in there. I made a sheet, and our whole thing was just discipline. And look at the teams who do well, they're disciplined. And I thought we did a pretty good job tonight. This was probably our best game, and I say it, I don't know, but it's one of our best games as it comes down to penalties. I don't think we had as many penalties as we normally do.
Coach, it was a historic day. Twofold question, actually. First, you and DeSoto became the first teams from the same district to win state titles in the same year since Lamarck and Texas City in 1997. And also, you and Coach Mathis became the first black coaches to win state titles at the 6'11". Can you talk about this afternoon of history and what that says about your district and what it says about just, you know, the history that you now share?
Well, I think it says a lot about our district because Waxahachie went 3 rounds. They have a very good program. When it comes to Coach Mathis and I try to get around that black coaches. I think we're 2 good coaches who just happen to have good football teams, who just happen to take advantage of the situation and win at the same time. And I have a lot of respect for him. As a matter of fact, he didn't leave the stadium until he came back and wished me well. And Coach Todd was the first one to come and wish me well after the game. So just a great respect, and I can say that about a lot of people down along the way. Coach K came over and spoke to me last week. The coach at Prosper said some things about the program that made me proud. So, you know, it's a blessing as you win games and go on. You meet good people, you meet good coaches, and that's what football and coaching and kids is all about.
I know there's something in the humble now. I remember the time you called this coming across, but Coach K called you a quote freaking living legend. Do you feel like this puts a stamp on the resume that seals that label for you?
I don't even know what that is. I just feel like I've worked real hard. I've been fortunate to have some really good talented kids and some good coaching staffs to work with me. And I think that's the combination for success. You gotta have good coaches and good kids, and you gotta have support. And I've been fortunate enough to have that. As far as the legends and all that kind of stuff, you know, I think there are a lot of great coaches in this area that I respect and that they do just as good a job that I've done. And they've won state championships also.
Piggyback off that first answer you gave, Coach. You look at Coach Todd's whole staff last night were wearing jackets that said Dallas on it. You talked about Coach Mathis and putting aside that district rivalry and you all wishing each other well and you all succeeded. You all won a state title. What is winning 3 state titles for the city of Dallas mean to you guys as kind of a or I can't say that word.
Trifecta.
The 3.
Okay. Well, I just, you know, I know that both South Oak Cliff and DeSoto have a good football team. And it didn't surprise me that they won because they have good football team. And they took us to the limit. I mean, we got on DeSoto a little, scored on them late in the game. But it doesn't surprise me. Those guys do a good job, and they have good football players. So, you know, if you don't match up with them, if you don't coach well and have good football players, they'll beat you.
How does playing teams like that help you in games like that?
Gets you ready because, you know, you don't like to lose. So when you play teams like that, you always have in mind that they will beat you. So it makes you prepare. It makes you spend extra hours and, you know, just like this team, I woke up last night like 3:30 and wrote up some stuff that just came to my mind about what we need to do because they're very good and, you know, you gotta not wanna lose. And I'm very tired of having North Shore rubbed in my face.
Years ago, it was thrown out the phrase district of doom, and now it's become a badge of honor for the teams in that district. Is that correct, Coach?
You tell me. I mean, yes, because again, we got 2 state championships. Waxahachie went 3 rounds. They gave us all we could take both years that we played them. And so, nothing but Cedar Hill, nothing but respect. The coaches do a great job. Their kids respond, and it gets you ready to play. You know, it really gets you ready to play.
How are you going to celebrate this? What are you going to do to rest after the launch?
You just said it. I'm going home and rest. I'm telling you, I was up last night. I didn't get very much sleep. I don't get much sleep on games like this. So, you know, maybe next week it'll hit me that, you know, I've won a state championship. But, you know, I'm going to go home and relax and get up tomorrow and watch the Cowboys.
Coach, can you talk on Keelan Russell's performance tonight at quarterback and just how you see him develop over the course of the season?
Let me tell you something, and you can take this from me. Before it's over, Keelan Russell will be one of the top quarterbacks in the area. He is outstanding. And it was 3 things that really made me feel like we had a chance to win. It gave me confidence. The quarterback, the running back, and our defense. And those were the 3 things that when I thought, you know, when I fretted a little, I just kept thinking about what is the difference between the years in the past years when we've lost and this year. And those 3 things kept standing out. Is Keelan, Caden, and our defense.
One more question. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.